holidays are creeping up on us. They're right around the corner, and now is the perfect time to start going out and doing your holiday shopping. So I've put together a little list here of my top gifts that I would recommend for buying for photographers. This is going to look fairly similar to the video that's going to be posted alongside this one for videographers, but for the most part they're different products, but they can also work for photographers and videographers, but this video is mostly centered around photographers today. So I'm going to drop some timestamps and break up this video if you want to skip ahead and find the product that you're wanting to get. And I'm also going to leave some Amazon affiliate links if you want to go check those out and support the channel as well. So without further ado, let's get to number one. Number one, I'll give to tripods. Everyone knows what tripods are. I don't have to explain what they do, but they come in all different sizes and shapes and expenses. This is a flexible tripod made by Joby. They have three main different products, the 1K, 3K, and 5K. The 3K is good for pretty much most mirrorless cameras. Maybe some of the bigger ones may need the 5K, but for my A6500 with a pretty big lens like this gorillapod here works fine. It's good for packing up in your backpack. It's nice and compact, and it also can wrap around certain things with its flexible arms like this. So if you really wanted to have your camera on your wrist or a tree branch, this really comes in handy because it's got rubber grip and nice and compact. Next up, this is the Aputure MC. I've used this in countless videos and I'm still using it today, and I probably will be using this for many years to come. It's a tiny little RGB light, super bright. This is only at 31%. This is 100%, so it is quite bright. It comes with full color temperature control, and it also comes with Bluetooth connectivity, certain specialized effects, and it also has full RGB. So I can scroll through here, and we can see that it's got all those RGB. USB charge, it's got magnets on the back, and it comes with this rubber diffusing little case, so it helps diffuse the bright light into this tiny little case. This is good for adding a little bit of a fill light or using it if you're doing any light painting. You can just take the cap off and it's nice and portable in your hand. It's almost the size of a normal wallet, so it's really pocketable. In one of my next few videos, I'm going to be using this to light paint a bridge, showing off how to do star trail photos like this and this. So make sure you subscribe if you want to check out how I use this practically. Definitely a good buy, definitely a great light to have as a backup in your backpack. Next up is the LaCie DJI Copilot Boss hard drive. I've talked about this a lot in other videos, and I made a whole video on it, so I won't go too much into detail. You can just check out the video right up here. Boink. Yeah, but basically this is a hard drive that has an SD card reader in it. It has USB in and out, so you can plug a hard drive into this and offload that hard drive onto this hard drive without using any computer. You can connect it to your phone and then browse through all the files. It's really great for taking on the go, for traveling, and you don't have to worry about using your laptop to offload all your footage. Clearly, I've been mentioning this a lot, so this is one of my favorite products of this whole video. Number 4, we've got cheap lenses. I have this 12mm f2.8 by 7 Artisans. I also use this in the Star Trail photography video. If you go on Amazon, you can find a lot of cheaper lenses with decent to good quality builds. I actually really recommend this one. This will be the one that I link in the description. You can usually find cheaper lenses like this anywhere from 50 to, you can all the way up, but the lowest I've ever seen was 50, which is a Canon 50mm 1.8 by Yongyo, I think it was, but I'm not positive about that. If you're buying for someone else, make sure you have the correct camera mount so that you're not making them go out and buy a new adapter or anything. And make sure the lens is made for the size of the sensor the camera has. So this is an APS-C sized lens for my APS-C sized camera. And that's about it. There's so many that you can find, so I'm not going to go into too much detail on this, but I will be coming out with a video specifically for this later on. So that's cheap lenses, always a good time. Next up, we have filters. I've also made a video on filters, so I won't go too much into detail on which each one does. But having filters for a photographer really helps out. So we have an ND filter here, variable ND filter by K&F Concept. You can also find the video on filters up on the top corner here as well if you want to go check those out. These filters range from anywhere from a couple of dollars all the way up to $200 or $300 for Peter McKinnon's special ND filters. Gerald Undone made a really good comparison video for the filters that he has, so I would recommend going to check him out if you want to learn exactly how the filters stack up against each other. Always a good handy time. You have your big three, you have your ND filters, you have circular polarizing or CPL lenses, and then you have UV filters. UV filters will usually be the cheapest because they're not doing a whole lot, and they also make for a really good lens protector, just to slap on the front of your lens so that it takes all the damage so that your lens stays protected. Number 6 is intervalometers. These aren't for everyone, but for anyone who does a lot of time lapses or star trails or anything that requires a lot of multiple images or controlling your camera with the bulb mode, this comes in handy. So it's not targeted for everyone, but there is definitely a pretty big user base. You can usually find these for about 30 to 40 bucks for one of the lower ends, and they probably will go up even higher. I think this one was 30 bucks. One thing to look out for is the plug. So each intervalometer will usually be built for a certain camera brand. It'll usually say in the description or the title that it's made for Sony, Canon, or Nikon. And I think that's basically just how it connects to the camera using a cable. Intervalometers basically let you add a specific amount of self-timer, whereas normal cameras will kind of lock you down to a certain amount of seconds, but this really unlocks that for you as well. Same with the bulb mode. This lets you input a specific amount of time for your bulb mode instead of you having to sit around and tapping your shutter button to turn off bulb mode. And then you can also control the intervals and automatically shoot every certain amount of seconds, minutes, or hours. So that's intervalometers. I'll also be talking about this in my Star Trail video, so make sure you're subscribed so you keep checking out these products in use. Next up, this is kind of a pocket version of a tripod. It's I don't actually know what the name of it is, but it's kind of like a little Z mount. It's got tripod screws on the bottom. It has your camera plate screw on the top, and then it basically lets you shoot vertical, on an angle, forward, down, up, forward, down. So with a footprint of only about the size of a fairly thick wallet, it really unlocks a lot more shooting angles than you would if you were just to leave your camera on the ground. So it's a little smaller than a tripod, even the small tripod that I have here. So that really helps if you're limited with space, and then you may end up needing to use a tripod later on, so you can just screw this onto a tripod if you really want, and then use this off of the tripod. It almost looks like I made a little dinosaur kind of thing, but that's the spirit of Christmas, is making dinosaurs out of all your gifts. And then last but not least, one little bonus would be extra batteries. Never a bad thing for a photographer to have. You can usually get them fairly cheap. This is a Sony battery. I think I got 2 in a pack with a charger for maybe about 30 to 40 bucks. Definitely make sure you're getting the right brand and style of battery for the specific camera that you're buying for. But other than that, they're always a good handy thing to have as a spare. And that concludes this video. If you're looking for some more holiday gift guides, then I'll be posting one right beside this one, so I might end up linking it at the end of this video. But in the meantime, that's it for me. Catch you in the next one. Peace.